Hi there everybody, this is David, and welcome to all the great RPGs releasing in August. I don't know about y'all, but here in Las Vegas, it is hot outside. I don't want to leave the house. I want to stay indoors and just play some games. And we have some great ones coming out this month, from action RPGs, some strategy RPGs, something that looks kind of like the Treasure of the Rudras, and a successor to a long-running series ever since I was a kid. And here I want to go over all those with you, and I do think that that is worth a sub as I try my hardest to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And with your help, your like, and your sub, I think that I can make it. So let's get started going over all these great RPGs in just a second, because first, we have a word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Frontier Hunter, Urza's Wheel of Fortune, an absolutely gorgeous anime-styled Metroidvania action RPG that you might have heard of before. Probably from me, because I covered the early access version about 2 or so years ago right here on this channel, where I did give it some glowing reviews. But I am happy to say that now the full, complete version has launched on both the PC and PS5 for everybody to now enjoy in its full glory. 2 years have passed since protagonist, Urza, finally obtained the legendary Hunter's license and became a rising star in the Imperial forces. And now she has the chance to prove herself as a valuable asset in the Emperor's army. So she sets off once again on an epic adventure, leading her squad through this world of swords, monsters, and magic. And you can switch control between Urza and her friends, and each of them sport totally unique playstyles, as well as a plethora of different weapons to use, ensuring that the beat-em-up combat and epic boss fights never grow old. So come with me and explore the classic side-scrolling levels full of secrets, 2.5D cutscenes, and a customized character progression system. I really do believe that you will enjoy this one, and if you don't believe me, you can always go and try that free demo for yourself and purchase the game just by clicking the links below. And now, let's get on back to the video. First up, we have Fields of Mystria, releasing on August 5th for the PC. What better way to kick off an August release schedule than a nice, cozy farming sim? Mystria, an idyllic village tucked between the forest and the sea, has offered you an overgrown but full of potential homestead in exchange for your help. So off you go to restore the town to its former glory after an earthquake wreaks havoc and strange magic begins to flow throughout the land. But that's not all that you can find here, because your ideal match and your family lies here with one of 12 different marriage candidates, and you can get to know over 30 villagers and their stories as you battle foes and explore the ancient ruins. Number 2. Cat Quest III, releasing on August 8th for the PS4, PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Personally, I really do need to get into these Cat Quest games. I've heard such good things about them, but between all the big releases this year, I don't seem to have all the time for all the smaller ones, which really is a shame because they do look like a lot of fun. Here, you explore the vast open seas of the Caribbean as you set sail in pursuit of the legendary Northern Star. Pounce on the opportunity to explore dark caves as you search for clues, or just set sail for the high seas and plunder other ships. Thankfully, if you want to check it out for yourself, there is a demo available over on the Switch, so do be sure to take advantage of that. Number 3. That Time That I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Iseki Chronicles, releasing on August the 8th for the PS4, PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC. This here is an action RPG adaptation of the same named anime cartoon, and along with the original plot, it will cover new adventures unfolding in the Jura Tempest Foundation. What's really cool about it though is that the game was actually developed under the supervision of the original author of the manga, and the 2 new arcs, Goblin's Revenge and Religious Nation, were as well. Couple that with a thrilling action-based battles, side-scrolling combat, full voice acting, town building, and the 2 brand new arcs, and you've got a winner here. Then, there's more than 50 different subquests to enjoy, and then you'll laugh and cry together with Rimuru and his friends as they work together to make the world a better place. Number 4. Steam World Heist 2, releasing on August the 8th for the PS4, PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC. So far here we've only seen action RPGs, so now it's time for a turn-based strategy title, and this takes the 2D side-scrolling approach to strategy. So you really need to rely on steady aim and careful positioning of your colorful cast of Steambots, rather than random number generators like in a lot of the other turn-based strategy games. And while the first game did take place in outer space, now similar to Cat Quest, you are seafaring and swashbuckling, as you play as Captain Quincy Leeway and his ragtag crew of Steambots as they work to steal back their commandeered submarine from the iron clutches of the Royal Navy, and once you do, the world is your oyster as you explore those high seas, uncovering abandoned naval bases, bars for steamboat sailors, and mission locales. Number 5. Deathbound, released on August the 8th for the PS5, Xbox, and PC. Another day, another Souls-like. They're like a brood of cockroaches that you just can't get rid of them, they keep on spreading. Anyway, this time around though, instead of fighting mano a mano, you actually have a party that you can control, and you can transform between the fallen warriors, each with their own unique skill sets and combat styles. As you go forth on your crusade, you're going to be finding fallen warriors, and then you'll be able to bind with them and transform into them mid-combat as the situation arises. But do be careful, because you can actually absorb the characters themselves, their needs, wants, likes, and dislikes. So, if you end up absorbing two characters who, hate each other, that's not exactly a good thing. All in all though, it does seem like a pretty interesting take on the genre. Number 6. Leximan, releasing on August 13th for the PC. Well, this is interesting, to say the least. It's kind of like Scrabble meets Treasure of the Rudras, I guess, as you have the ability to use Leximancy. In other words, the magic of language. It's just too bad you're not very good at it, and because of that, you've been banished to the school's basement with the other losers. But when the shit hits the fan, it is up to you to make things right, and you do so by dragging letter combinations from a predetermined pool together to form a word. It's a really unique and different take, and it brings a lot of potential to the combat. I mean, maybe you want to cast a fire spell, maybe you want to flee, or maybe you want to flood the battlefield. It's up to you. Number 7. Elantaros Wanderings, releasing on August the 16th for the Switch and the PC. This one here is kind of interesting, and I actually do like the art style, because it reminds me a lot of like the Atelier Iris games back on the PS2, and here it looks like you're caught in between two different worlds, and it's up to you to unravel the secrets between them. It's another action RPG, and it looks like it might be pretty similar to something like Silent Hope, that great under-the-radar hidden gem that came out last year, needs something like Rune Factory. So if you like any of those aforementioned games, then I do think that this one might be worth diving into. Number 8. Black Myth Wukong, releasing on August the 20th for the PS5 and PC. Huh, here I was thinking that we only had one Souls-like to deal with this month, but no ma'am! Another one has reared its little monkey head. But just like Deathbound, it's also an interesting take on the genre, as it's grounded in Chinese mythology and based on Journey to the West, one of the 4 great classical novels of Chinese literature. And I do remember playing a game kind of like that when I was a teenager. It was called Sayuki Journey West, and I really did enjoy that, but it was also a traditional turn-based RPG, which is just way more my thing. Anyway, the game promises to have a diverse cast of adversaries, each with their own unique strengths, and you, as the destined one, have to fearlessly engage with them in epic battles where surrender is not an option. Number 9. Tactical Breach Wizards, releasing on August the 22nd for the PC. You know how you normally keep wizards in the back row in strategy RPGs and they just kind of nuke from back there? Well, what would happen if you only had wizards in your party? Me, personally, I'd probably just get slaughtered mercilessly, but we can find out for real here as you follow a group of misfit wizards, all with a variety of different powers. Promising to be on the short and sweet side of about 8 to 10 hours long, it definitely will not overstay its welcome, and it's filled with some quality of life features, like the ability to rewind whenever you make mistakes. Not only that, but there's also a free demo over on the Steam that you can try out to see how much you like it for yourself. Number 10. Visions of Mana, releasing for the PS4, PS5, Xbox, and PC on August the 29th. I would love to say that I'm saving the best for last here, but I'm not. There's another game after this, but it's definitely not as good as Visions of Mana, because this is the creme de la creme, the cream of the crop, the vichyssoise of August. Here we have the 5th mainline game in this long-running series, featuring massive open regions filled with tons of things to do, hidden passages, elemental triggers to activate, and treasures. You are definitely going to want to be exploring and looking around every single corner here. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I adore the Mana series, especially Adventure, Secret, and Trials. And since this is throwing that trash bag of Dawn down into the dumpster where it deserves, now Square is going back to the basics like they have been doing, and I am all for it. And number 11, Mira and the Legend of the Djinns, released on August 31st for the PC. Now we have the last game of the month, a classic Metroidvania inspired by Super Metroid, Castlevania, and The Legend of Zelda, with a little bit of Ninja Gaiden and Devil May Cry thrown in for good measure. The story follows Yuba, a treasure hunter, as he travels the vast expanses of the desert ocean, as well as Mira, a mysterious Djinn who's lost their memories. Together, they discover an ancient necropolis, and in order to regain her lost memories, Yuba agrees to form a spiritual bond with Mira. This here was a smash hit over on the Kickstarter, and if the trailers are anything to go by, this month is definitely ending on a high note. So that's it for all the great, fantastic RPGs that you can play this August. Now I want to ask you, what RPGs are you most excited for, and what are you going to be buying? Let me know in the comments, and let's all talk and chat about it. And here's another video that I think that you're really going to enjoy too, so please do be sure to check that one out. And as always, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.